All right. Okay, hola clase. My clase of one student. Okay. Today we are going to continue along in our little preliminary chapter, and we're going to take a look at the date, days of the week, months, and how to tell today's date. So we'll start out on page 14, a la página 14. Go ahead and open up to page 14, and we're gonna listen to the different days of the week and the months presented in Spanish. So you'll hear the words, they'll probably ask for you to repeat, and if not, we'll go through them afterwards again. Okay? Here.
El estudiante, página 14, el calendario y la fecha. You will hear each word or phrase twice. After the first time, there will be a pause so you can pronounce it. Then you will hear the word or phrase a second time.
Los días,
Los días.
los días,
Los días.
Lunes.
Lunes.
Lunes,
Lunes.
martes,
Martes.
martes,
Martes.
miércoles,
Miércoles.
miércoles,
Miércoles.
jueves,
Jueves.
jueves,
Jueves.
viernes,
Viernes.
viernes,
Viernes.
sábado,
Sábado.
sábado,
Sábado.
domingo,
Domingo.
domingo,
Domingo.
los meses,
Los meses.
los meses,
Los meses. The months.
enero,
Enero.
enero,
Enero.
febrero,
Febrero.
febrero,
Febrero.
marzo,
Marzo.
marzo,
Marzo.
abril,
Abril.
abril,
Abril.
mayo,
Mayo.
mayo,
Mayo.
junio,
Junio.
junio,
Junio.
julio,
Julio.
julio,
Julio.
agosto,
Agosto.
agosto,
Agosto.
septiembre,
Septiembre.
septiembre,
Septiembre.
octubre,
Octubre.
octubre,
Octubre.
noviembre,
Noviembre.
noviembre,
Noviembre.
diciembre,
Diciembre.
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 Read along as you listen to the dialogue. ¿Qué día es hoy?
Hoy es lunes, mañana es martes.
¿Cuántos días hay en el mes de agosto?
Hay 31.
Libro del estudiante, página 15, el calendario y la fecha. Read along as you listen to the dialogues.
¿Cuál es la fecha?
Es el 22 de agosto.
¿Cuál es la fecha? Es el 1 de agosto.
Okay. Bueno, so looking back at page 14 here, okay, we've got los días, the days of the week. So we've got lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes, sábado, domingo. Then we've got los meses, right, the months. Enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre, diciembre. And it says, there's a little note here, it says, notice that the days of the week and the months of the year are not capitalized in Spanish, except at the beginning of sentences. The first day of the week in a Spanish language calendar is lunes, which makes logical sense to me. In our calendar, we have Sundays listed as being the first day, but it kind of makes sense that lunes would be first, and then we have sábado, domingo, the weekend at the end. So Holly, do you want to copy these down? I'll give you a couple minutes to copy these.
Wait, so lunes is Monday?
Lunes is Monday,
Oh.
right. Yeah, and then the months are presented in order too, so starting with January is enero, and then febrero would be February, of course. Okay. Bueno, okay, so I wrote a couple of phrases up on the board that are here in your book. So we've got hoy, which means today. Repetan, hoy.
Hoy,
Tomorrow is mañana.
mañana,
Days, los días.
los días.
If you just want to say one day would be el día. Over here. By the way, you might notice that dia, even though it ends in A, is an exception word. You'd think it would be feminine, but it's actually masculine. So el dia and then los días for plural. Months, los meses,
Los meses.
and then el mes
And
would be 1 month or the month. Okay? To ask what day is it, as in what day of the week. ¿Qué día es hoy?
¿Qué día es hoy?
Good. And so then you would say, hoy es, what day is it today? Tuesday, martes. Martes, excuse me. Hoy es martes, or you could just answer martes. Okay? ¿Qué día es hoy? To ask what is the date, ¿cuál es la fecha?
¿Cuál es la fecha?
¿Cuál es la fecha? And so over on page 15, they give some examples. So when we're writing out the date in Spanish, what we want to do is we want to begin with el. Then we're going to do the number and then the month. So it's like it is in French. So we're going to do, for example, today we would say, if we want a complete sentence, we could say, hoy es, today is, hoy es el 9 de septiembre. And all of our days of the week and all of our months are lowercase. Okay, so it's like, if we read this aloud in English, we'd be saying, today is the 9th of September. So that's how it's always written out in Spanish or said. Okay, so el 9 de septiembre. The examples that they have here in the book on page 15, es el 22 de agosto, that would be August 22nd. Now, something to note here, when we're talking about the first of the month, instead of saying el uno, instead we say el primero, yeah, just like premier in French, so el primero. Okay. Finish copying this here. Okay, so let's take a look at Actividad 8 on page 15. It says, hoy y mañana, today and tomorrow. Ask and answer according to the model. So, for the modelo, it gives us the day lunes. So I'm going to ask you, ¿qué día es hoy? What day is it today? And you're going to tell me, hoy es lunes, for example. And you're also going to tell me what day tomorrow would be, according to what today is, according to the book, right? Does that make sense? So, por número 1, Carmen, ¿qué día es hoy?
Hoy es martes, mañana es miércoles.
Miércoles, bueno. Número 2, ¿qué día es hoy?
Hoy es sábado, mañana es domingo.
Domingo. Número 3, ¿qué día es hoy?
Hoy es jueves, mañana es viernes.
Viernes. Número 4, ¿qué día es hoy?
Hoy es miércoles, mañana es jueves.
Good. Número 5, ¿qué día es hoy?
Hoy es viernes, mañana es sábado.
Good. And the last one, número 6, ¿qué día es hoy?
Hoy es domingo, mañana es lunes.
Lunes, okay. Okay, let's see here. Let's take a look at Actividad 9, Días de Fiesta, so celebration days, holidays. In Spanish, the word fiesta means party, but it can also mean like feast or celebration of. So for example, in número 1, we have El Día de San Patricio. Which holiday do you think that translates to?
It's like Saint
Yeah,
Patrick.
Saint Patrick,
Oh,
right?
Saint
So Saint
Patrick's Day,
Patrick's
okay.
Day, right? So yeah, in Spanish, the word san, S-A-N, or sometimes santo, S-A-N-T-O, means saint. For example, San Francisco, right? The city of San Francisco just means Saint Francis, but it's in Spanish. So actually, we've got a lot of city names in the U.S. that have Spanish names.
San Diego.
Right, San Diego, Santa Barbara, right? Okay, good. So what they want for us to do is they've given us the wrong date for each one of these, and so they want for us to repeat them. I'm not going to have you write them. I'm just going to have you tell them, say them out loud. Well, actually, you know what? Yes, I am going to have you write them because it's good practice. So I'll have you take a few minutes and write them out. Let's see here. And St. Patrick's Day, does that fall on the same day every year? Oh yeah, I guess it's March 17th, I think. Yeah, March 17th, okay. The rest of them should be pretty self-explanatory, yeah. Okay, so take a few minutes, rewrite these so that they have the correct date. Then we'll go over them.
When did you say March?
March 17th.
March 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Is Valentine's Day February?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's always February 14th.
For number 3, is that Hanukkah?
Yep.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. That's just how it's spelled in Spanish. Hanukkah, yeah.
I think it's in December. Okay.
Yeah.
I should know that.
Yeah, no, that's what the teacher edition says.
Oh, okay.
It just says, it doesn't give a specific date because it changes, doesn't it?
It does.
Mhm.
That's why this year Thanksgiving and it was Thanksgiving and Hanukkah during the same time.
Oh, really?
It's really weird.
Huh. And did you celebrate both? Do you celebrate Thanksgiving? Okay. Sure. Do you celebrate Christmas as well, or just Hanukkah?
No, just Hanukkah.
Okay. Okay. So I'll read the incorrect sentence, you repeat and put in the correct date. So we've got, para número 1, el día de San Patricio es el 14 de enero.
El día de San Patricio es el what
17
de marzo.
de marzo, good.
Marzo.
Número 2. El día de San Valentín es en junio.
El día de San Valentín es en febrero.
Febrero. Let's see here. Número 3. Hanukkah es en febrero.
Hanukkah es en diciembre.
La Navidad es el 25 de noviembre.
La Navidad es el 25 de diciembre. Diciembre.
It's okay. Número 5. El día de la independencia de los Estados Unidos, a mouthful there, es el 4 de junio.
El día de la independencia de los Estados Unidos es el 4 de julio.
De julio, bueno. Número 6. El año nuevo, New Year's Day, es en diciembre.
El año nuevo es enero.
Enero. Y número 7. Hoy es el 3 de agosto.
Hoy es el 9 de septiembre.
Good. Muy bueno. Okay. Excelente. Okay, go ahead and turn the page. Okay, so, excuse me. Okay, we've got el calendario, a calendar up here. It's the month of Julio, el mes es Julio, or el mes, excuse me. And we've got all the days of the week there, and hoy. Hoy is pointing to Monday the 7th. So it says down below, answer the questions based on the calendar page above. So we'll just go over this verbally together. So, número 1 says, ¿cuál es la fecha hoy?
Hoy es el 7 de lunes, no. I'm not sure.
Yeah, not siete de lune, because you wouldn't say the 7th of Monday, you'd say the 7th of the month, right?
Oh,
Which is
Monday,
Julio. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so hoy es el 7 de julio. Okay, how about número 2? ¿Qué día de la semana es? What day of the week is it?
Lunes.
Lunes. Número 3. ¿Qué día es mañana?
Martes.
Martes. ¿Cuál es la fecha de mañana?
Oh, it's the week for tomorrow. Hoy es el 8 de julio.
Good. And instead of saying hoy es, you'd want to say mañana es.
Oh,
Tomorrow
mañana es.
is. Yeah, it's okay. Número 5. ¿Cuántos días hay en este mes? See if you can figure out what that's asking. ¿Cuántos días hay en este mes?
I don't know what
I means there are or there is.
So how many days
Mm-hmm.
are in this month?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So
So to respond, you can say there are.
I
31, good. Hay 31 días, good. Y número 6, ¿cuántos días hay en una semana? semana. What does it sound like in French? It's similar.
Like semaine.
Semaine.
So,
It means week.
week, okay.
Yeah, so how many days are there in 1 week? So again, you'd start out with I, there is, or there are.
So cinco días. Is that how you mean?
Cinco? Hay 5 días en una semana?
No. It's cuatro, right? Or no, 7. What are they doing?
That's okay.
Siete.
Siete, there you go. Okay, good. The pressure's on you, Holly, I know. Okay, so that's okay, yeah, just take your time. Let's see, let's talk about a couple of cultural things then to end class. So we've got where it says Fondo Cultural down at the bottom. We've got a picture of, have you heard of the Running of the Bulls festival before? Okay, so this is kind of a crazy thing. We'll have to, when Lauren gets back, I'll show you guys a video. So it says, Los San Fermines, or the Running of the Bulls, is a popular 2-week festival in Pamplona, Spain, named for the town's patron saint, San Fermin, who is commemorated on July 7th each year. The celebration includes daily bullfights, but before they begin, the real fun starts. As the bulls are released from their pens and run through the streets, many people run ahead or alongside them to the bull ring. So what happens is that they have and masses of people come to Pamplona, this town in Spain, just for the running of the bulls. And it's sort of like a testament to your manhood. Like, the guys all dress up, as you can see in the picture, in white, and they wear these red kerchiefs to attract the bulls, because bulls are attracted to red. And this mass of men just runs through the streets trying not to get gored by the bulls, basically. And every year it seems like they always have news footage of like somebody getting gored right in the back or something. And I don't think it's common for people to die, although I know people have died at these festivals before. But anyway, it asks the question, what festivals are you familiar with in which animals play a role? Do we have any here in America? Or maybe can you think of any Japanese traditions that involve animals?
Not that
We have things that involve like fictional animals. The Easter Bunny. Thanksgiving involves eating turkeys.
Yeah.
We have a lot that involve eating various animals, poor animals. But yeah, I can't think of anywhere we're using real animals though necessarily. But anyway, yeah, the bull is kind of the icon animal of Spain. It's used in a lot of different ceremonies and obviously activities and things. Let's look over at page 17. This is talking a little bit about the Aztec calendar. The Aztecs were a nomadic tribe that finally settled in the valley of central Mexico in 1325, so they were also a Hispanic tribe. They established their capital, oh gosh, I can never pronounce this. Yes, good. On a swampy lake and built a mighty empire that dominated most of Mexico. The Aztec Empire flourished until 1521 when it was defeated by the Spaniards led by Hernán Cortés. So most people know about the Aztec calendar. It just kind of gives you some history here. It says, one of the most famous symbols of Mexico is the monolith, or huge stone carved by the Aztecs in 1479. Known today as the Aztec calendar or the sunstone, the carving weighs almost 24 tons and is approximately 12 feet in diameter. The Aztecs dedicated it to the sun, represented by the face in the center. The calendar represents a 260-day year. Down below, in Actividad 12, it says, Los símbolos aztecas. Here are several glyphs representing days found on the sunstone. Match the glyph with the Spanish word. What do you think each of the glyphs represents? Why do you think the Aztecs included those symbols on their calendar? So let's see if we can figure out, see if you can take a stab at it and try to match the animals to the different words over here on the right.
Do you want me to write it down?
No, go ahead and just say it out loud.